Hello, Anicod here, and today we're going to be going through the blocker. I'm going to show you a handful of builds. I'm going to talk you through the full operation of it, and I'm hoping if you don't understand how the blocker works, you will by the end of this video. So the blocker, it's a level 1 blueprint. You need a level 1 workbench to build it, and it only costs 5 high quality and 1 gear. So what does the blocker actually do then? Well, apart from look like a blue brick what goes on your wall, it does hold quite an important operation. So you've got the power in at the bottom, the power out at the top, and I know what you're thinking looking at that. Well, that's nothing special. However, if you put power into the side, it will block the pass through and stop electricity going through. So I know what you're thinking now then. So what's the point in this? Well, I'm going to show you. If you think of a blocker like a bit of a crisscross component, so if you want the door to open on a door controller, for example, you'll just put the electricity directly into the door. If you want the door to close, you'd use a blocker to reverse the operation of another component. Now, I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, so what I'm going to do is physically show you. So if we put power going into a door controller through the blocker, you can see now that power is allowed to travel through that and keep the door open. So if we use a turret, for example, now, and we use the no ammo section of the turret, by the way, if you don't understand how turrets work, in my cards right now, just above, there's a full turret tutorial, so you can give that a watch just as long as you come back to this video. So as long as there's ammunition in the actual storage, the door will stay open. However, like you've just seen, because there's no ammo in the storage, the door closed straight away. So you could use this as a sort of self-defense trap based build. Again, that was in a previous video of mine. The link is in the description for this if you haven't seen it and you want to give it a watch. So for example, as I mentioned before, as long as there's ammunition in the actual storage at the bottom, the door will stay open. So I'm not authorizing this, so I'm just going to run round the corner. So you can imagine you're some sort of unsuspecting victim. You're having a nice stroll to pick some cabbages, and there you go, you get shredded. As soon as the ammunition is gone from the storage, the door will close. So that's just one operation to use a blocker. You can use a memory cell for this build as well. So another way to use a blocker is another little trap-based sort of design. So you can actually use a memory cell for this as well, but I'm just showing you the blocker's operation. So it looks complicated, but I'm going to take it all apart and I'm going to show you exactly how to build it. It's really simple. So we've got power going into the bottom of the blocker. All we need then is power going out the top into the door controller to hold the door controller in the on position. That will keep the door open. Nice and simple so far. We then need to make sure the heartbeat sensor is powered as well. Again, I say it in all my videos, this is not powered up in the most economical way. I'm just showing you the operation. It's up to you to do that. So we're going to put the heartbeat sensor going into the side of the block pass through. So when it detects someone, it puts power into the side and it stops the electricity from passing through. Nice and simple. So if we go out of eyes view, so just around this corner here, that heartbeat sensor won't pick me up anymore and the door should open. So if you pair this up with some sort of other trap design, so it locks someone in the base, and once they die, the door opens again automatically, lets the next person in, and just keeps going like that. Again, there's a million builds you can use blockers for. It's quite hard to find a circuit that exclusively uses the blocker, because a blocker tends to be a component that you mix with other components. So again, we can have the output run into the door controller so it holds the door open. Then what we could do is use the power out of an antenna and put that into the side of the blocker. Just make sure the antenna's actually powered, and then once there's power going in, for example if we hook it up to a broadcaster, that will speak to the antenna, put power through and close the door, as long as everything is on the same frequency. So like for example, just put that on a different frequency, it won't speak to it and the door will open. We can also do it handheld, so a memory cell would be better for this. But if you're hid behind a tree and you see someone going into your base, you can close it, or you can activate a turret and you can put the GP creepers up them a little bit. This is just a handful of examples what you can use the blocker for. One thing you need to take into consideration with the blocker, you need to get familiar with its operation. The blocker is a key component in most modified complicated parts, and if you understand it fully, you're going to be able to take full advantage of the circuits on Rust. Now if you've watched this far, I'd really genuinely appreciate it. Let me know you're a legend in the comments down below and you'll get a little heart from me. Remember, I've started working on a lot of Rust videos now. If you want to see what video I'm working on next, you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter. On Instagram you will see a video's thumbnail before the video is even released on YouTube, so you can get a bit of a heads up. On Twitter you can actively see what I'm currently working on. And as I mentioned, if you are watching this on day of upload, I am actually streaming on Twitch right now. The link's in the description, so come say hi. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more, if you want to become part of our journey. Thank you everyone, I'll see you later, bye.